Have you ever wondered how a single discovery can shape the destiny of an entire nation? This is a tale of such a powerful discovery that forever changed the course of one nation's history. It is the story of oil in Iran, a tale that begins not in their present day but many decades ago. It takes us back to the early years of the 20th century, a time of immense change and growth. Our starts in the scorching sands of Persia, an ancient land of mystery and tradition, a land filled with tales of grandeur and empires, now known by the world as Iran. The year is 1908, a year marked by its own set of historical events. During this year that a determined and ambitious British geologist named George Reynolds ventured into the heart of Persia. Fueled by his thirst for discovery and the promise of wealth, he struck something far more valuable than any treasure. He struck oil. It was not just any oil, it was liquid gold, the first gush of Iranian oil. This monumental discovery marked a pivotal moment in the of Iran. It was the birth of a new era, an era dominated by the power and influence of oil. This momentous event marked the founding of the Anglo-Persian Oil Company, a company that would go on to have a global impact. Today, we know this powerful corporation by another name, a name recognized worldwide, British Petroleum, or BP. A fast forward to the year 1935, a pivotal moment in world history, where the nation of Persia took a decisive step forward by formally changing its name to Iran. This was not just a simple renaming, but a profound transformation that brought with it an influx of new hopes, new challenges, and new opportunities. Among those was the dawn of a promising era of oil production, an era that would mark the nation's landscape indelibly. The discovery of black gold, as oil was often referred to, seeping through the vast Iranian landscapes and beneath the warm desert sands, was nothing short of a turning point. From this moment on, Iran was destined to not just be another nation in the Middle Eastern region, but a powerful player on the world stage. The significance of this oil boom beyond its borders, impacting the regional and global economy alike. The Iranian oil industry started to flourish, evolving from a fledgling operation into a thriving and booming industry. Its success was not just a matter of luck, but the result of the hard work, ingenuity, and vision of the people of Iran. With every barrel of oil extracted and exported, the nation's prominence grew. This newfound wealth and influence didn't go unnoticed on the international stage. It was like a beacon attracting attention from countries around the globe. Allies saw it as a sign of shared prosperity and potential partnerships, while adversaries saw it as a threat to their own power and influence. The Iranian oil industry became a major player on the world stage, attracting attention from both allies and adversaries. The 1950s brought a wave of nationalism under the leadership of the charismatic Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh, a man known for his unwavering dedication and audacious spirit. The rise of Mossadegh as a figurehead of Iranian politics in that era was significant in shaping the country's history. Charming and articulate, Mossadegh was a man of action and had a clear vision for his nation. His most bold and significant move was the nationalization of the oil industry, a move that sparked a major shift in the economic landscape of Iran. At that time, Iran's oil was primarily controlled by foreign companies, a situation that left the Iranian people feeling exploited and disenfranchised. Mossadegh saw the potential of Iran's rich oil reserves and believed that this wealth should benefit the Iranian people, not overseas corporations. This decision was not taken lightly. Mossadegh faced intense opposition from both local conservatives and global powers. However, the Prime Minister stood steadfast, believing in the long-term prosperity it would bring to his people. Nevertheless, this move did not sit well with the international community. The idea of a Middle Eastern country having full control over its oil reserves was met with wariness and suspicion. This led to the crisis where a boycott was imposed on Iranian oil, causing a ripple effect of economic and political consequences that still echo today. However, the strangling grip of the boycott was short-lived. A brief reprieve in the ongoing struggle, a point of light in a dark tunnel, a fleeting moment of triumph for the Iranian people who had dared to stand against the colossal titans of the oil industry. The year was 1953, an era marked by intense geopolitical tensions, power struggles, and the ever-looming specter of economic warfare. The world was caught in a vicious tug-of-war. with nations driven by their own vested interests. In this high-stakes global chessboard, two giants, the United Kingdom and the United States, played their next move. An intricate covert operation, a coup d'etat meticulously planned and executed with a surgical precision that only two of the world's superpowers could achieve. Their objective, Mohammad Mossadegh, the democratically elected Prime Minister of Iran, a beacon of hope for his people, a thorn in the side of foreign oil interests. They engineered his fall, effectively pulling the rug from under his feet, leaving him powerless and the country leaderless. The dominoes had been set, and they fell one by one, paving the way for the return of the Shah. His arrival marked not only his own comeback, but also the resurrection of foreign dominance, a return to the old order. Suddenly, the Iranian oil reserves, the golden goose of the Middle East, were once again under foreign control, and with him, foreign control over Iran's oil reserves. The 1970s marked a significant era in Iranian history, witnessing a booming oil production that catapulted the nation to global prominence. This decade of prosperity was characterized by a rapid and progressive rise in oil extraction, with the country's rich fossil fuel resources being tapped to their maximum potential. Iran's oil wealth was not a sudden phenomenon. It was built on decades of careful planning, resource management, and strategic positioning within the global oil market. The petrodollar revenues during this time drove a thriving economy and propelled Iran to the forefront as one of the world's largest oil exporters. The oil-rich nation was further bolstered by a robust infrastructure, capable workforce, and efficient distribution networks. These factors combined to ensure a steady supply of oil to fulfill international demand, thereby maximizing export revenues. With fleets of oil tankers departing Iran's ports laden with barrels of crude oil, the country enjoyed an unprecedented era of prosperity. The surge in oil production also had a significant impact on Iran's socio-economic structure, leading to an improved standard of living and overall development. However, towards the end of the decade, a seismic shift occurred. The Iranian Revolution of 1979, a watershed event that drastically altered the course of the nation's history, was followed by a prolonged war with Iraq. These tumultuous events severely hampered oil production, leading to a sharp decline in the oil-rich nation's output. The 21st century has been a roller coaster ride for Iranian oil. In this era, Iran's oil reserves have faced tumultuous challenges. International sanctions have been a significant burden, hindering Iran's ability to export its oil. Yet, despite these obstacles, Iran possesses one of the world's most substantial proven oil reserves. This vast wealth has been a paradoxical treasure. It has simultaneously acted a catalyst for prosperity and a root cause of conflict and discord. The oil discovery has undeniably influenced Iran's history, painting a complex picture of its relations with the global community. It continues to shape Iran's destiny, even today. The intricate history of oil Iran serves as a profound example of how natural resources can symbolize both fortune and misfortune. It weaves a narrative of authority, political maneuvering, and a nation's quest for autonomy. This journey of triumphs and trials, of prosperity and predicaments, highlights the bittersweet relationship between a nation and its natural resource. It's a profound exploration of how power dynamics and wealth can dictate a nation's path. The tale of oil in Iran is filled with twists, turns, and it's far from reaching its climax. Certainly, the story of oil in Iran is far from over, and its end is yet to be written.